There we go. Perfect. All righty. It says recording. Hopefully we got this going on right. All right. You know all the boxes that pop up at the beginning and they want the note takers and all the things. I was gonna allow one note taker and then
Technology.
it was it was another I guess another type of recording or something. I have no idea. Well, Dr. Stacy here. Welcome, everyone. I'm so glad you're joining us this evening on this Zoom. We are focusing in our second week in a row on athletes and how athletes and former athletes are using this technology in their life. And before we get started and I introduce my guest, I want to make sure you understand that I am not your medical doctor. I am not a medical doctor, and the information that I'm sharing tonight is going to be for informational purposes. And if you have questions in regards to your health, what's going on with you, your medications, anything like that, please check with your healthcare practitioner or doctor. They'll be able to guide you in your journey. But I will tell you that the information shared tonight is pretty amazing, as it always is. We love hearing people experience this technology and how it's helping them improve their quality of life. And so, with that, I'm going to share just a little bit about our guest tonight, Isaac. And Isaac is, let me grab this really quickly. Sorry, I grabbed the wrong little thing here. Got a few little glitches tonight. There we go. Get back to the right page, Stacy. All right. So, Isaac is a champion of resilience and recovery. And we are so excited he is here as a two-time Paralympic medalist and gold medal advocate for a global advocate, gold medal advocate for adaptive athletes. His journey is one of extraordinary resilience, determination, and high performance. His powerful testimonial of using LifeWave's products to support his recovery and elevate performance makes him a credible and inspiring voice in both the wellness and athletic communities. His commitment to pushing limits and uplifting others is exactly what this series is all about. And Isaac, I'm definitely going to turn it over to you to share with everyone a little bit more about your background and where you're at in your life, and of course, what you've accomplished. And why did you choose to start using LifeWave as a medalist, an Olympic athlete?
Well, thank I'm sorry, there's like a glitch on my end. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you now.
All right. All right, perfect. Well, thank you so much, Stacy, for having me. This is a wonderful opportunity just to tell my little testimony about myself first and foremost, and how I got into LifeWay. So thank you so much for allowing me to be on this platform. Greetings, everyone. My name is Issac Jean Paul. All my friends know me as IJP. So everyone in this chat right now, including you, Miss Stacy, you can call me IJP.
Perfect.
At the age of Yes, ma'am. At the age of 2, I was diagnosed with juvenile retinoschisis, which left me with 20% of my vision. But that didn't stop me from exploring the opportunities that were in front of me. Right when I had the opportunity to play sports, I knew that this was where I was going to make an impact, not only for myself, but for other individuals with disabilities. I went to college. Originally from Chicago, Illinois. I went to Lewis University. Shout out to my Flyers. I'm a 5-time All-American in track and field and the high jump. I also won Division II indoor nationals in the high jump, clearing a height of 7 feet 3 inches. And for those who don't know how tall that is, if you put Shaquille O'Neal in the same room as me and put a plate of chicken on his head, I can hop over that and take a piece of chicken off and take a bite at the same time. That's how high I can jump. From there, let me rewind a little bit, right? I know I talked about my disability, but I didn't necessarily know about the Paralympics until 2017. My entire life, I played against athletes of all abilities, and I excelled. And within that, nobody knew that I had a disability, right? I discovered the Paralympics as soon as I graduated college. One of my college coaches told me about this opportunity that I may qualify for, and then that's when I decided to join the Paralympics. From there, I became a world champion in the high jump, jumping 7 feet 1 inches, also breaking the world record for my classification T13 for the visually impaired. From there, I won countless other world championships in various events, the long jump and the 100. I became a two-time Paralympic champion, or not champion, excuse me. I'm just speaking that into existence because I'm currently training for LA 28 to become the first ever Paralympian to win Olympic gold in track and field. So excuse me if I start speaking into the future. But two-time Paralympic medalist. I competed in Tokyo at the Tokyo Games in 2020, where I placed third in the long jump. And then this past summer, I competed in the long jump again in Paris 2024, and I came home with silver. So I'll let you guys use your imagination as to what may be next for me in LA 28. I like to think it's stepping stones, bronze, silver, and then gold. You know, you gotta have them all, right? So I'm currently training for LA 28, and I had the wonderful opportunity to meet Julie at an event, and it was life changing. It was at an Oscar event, and once I found out about what she did and what it's all about being LifeWave, I was just like, I'm always looking for opportunities to enhance my health and wellness, right? And I just saw by what she told me about the technology and how this can help me with my recovery, help me through my training, I immediately was like, I have to try it, right? So I tell you now, right? April of this year, I had a track meet at Mount Sac Relays. I'm out in California for those who don't know and who's not familiar with the track road. Mount Sac is one of the premier track meets in the United States, right? And that track meet, I was competing in the high jump. This is my welcome back to the high jump because I had a few injuries that stopped me from training in the high jump. I didn't rupture my Achilles, but I had Achilles bursitis, right? It made it so painful where I could not compete in the high jump. I had it from 2019 all the way up until 2023. Kid you not. It took me 3 hours to warm up my Achilles before I actually had to practice. And this was like, I had to do it because I was on pins and needles. I thought my Achilles was going to pop around 2020, right? And so fast forward, I took some time off, I rest, I did a lot of therapy, and it just the recovery was literally 4 years. I wasn't one. I compete in the high jump. This year was my resurgence in the high jump. I had stopped since I had messed up my Achilles and focused on the long jump and the 100s.
Oh, we just lost him. Did you guys lose him? Did you see him go?
We lost him.
I think he may. You know what? There's been a lot of glitchy things happening with Zoom today. Okay, so I don't know if Julie's on here or not while he's coming back in. Yeah, Julie's on here. Okay, fantastic. Julie Gluth, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fantastic. While we're waiting to get him back in, hopefully he'll be in here in just a second. We're letting people in like crazy. Julie, he was obviously talking about just finding out about the patches from you. So can you tell us what that meeting, like where were you at again? Because he kind of glitched out a little bit. Can you tell us a little bit how you met?
Yes, ma'am. We met, my sister Sylvia and I, we were at an event, as he mentioned, it was a gala for Oscars. It was an Oscar viewing event in LA. And we have a LifeWave booth. And, he came up to us so casual. I would have even imagined that he was who he was. I didn't know who he was. and he told us who he was. He actually allowed me to wear his silver medal, which was very, very heavy. And I'm like, this is really heavy. But I didn't even give it a thought of who really he was. And when he comes back, he's going to tell us his story. So we met, like he said, and he started wearing the patches. So he started, as an athlete, he started wearing the patches for the recovery. That was the main concern we have, of course, and then for his vision. So fast forward 2 months, he was about to tell us that it took him 4 years to recover from his Achilles injury.
He's coming in now. Sorry, okay. Julie, I don't mean to interrupt you. He's coming in.
Perfect. He can tell the story better than I can.
Yeah, thank you for filling in that little piece there on how you guys met. Issac, let me get you up here, buddy, so we can get you to unmute. Let's get you here. Oh, where did he go? IS. Do you guys see him? He was just in.
Can you guys see me?
Yep, there you go. Perfect. Okay, there you are. I can hear you. There you go.
All right, my apologies. My apologies. I'll hop right back into it. Perfect.
Go
okay.
For it.
So in April of this year, I was competing back in the high jump at Mount Sac Relays, and I re-aggravated my Achilles. Immediately after the meet, I knew something was wrong, right? And me and Julie had met like late March. So we were, through this whole time, we were just talking. She was educating me on LifeWave and the technology. And luckily enough, we finally got my first patches. We started with the X39, X49, the YH cornazine, excuse me, and then the YH Eon. Now, all of these in conjunction was going to help me with my recovery. I wore them and I still wear them. I don't know if you can see it, but I have some on right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it helped me with my recovery. In fact, like I told you guys early on in my career, my professional career, I was dealing with Achilles bursitis, and it took me 4 years, literally 4 years, to get back to my normal self, to get back to having that confidence to jump again. And now I'm training. I don't feel anything in my Achilles. And of course, it's not just put on the patches and let them do their thing. I made it an obligation that I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that these patches are going to work for me. I started changing my entire routine. I'm drinking twice as much more water. I'm doing yoga. I'm doing calisthenics. I'm doing everything that you can just to be healthy, right? And I just want you guys to understand, like, these patches are amazing. Like I said, it's helped my recovery tremendously, where I'm back training. And I'm not going to say that, oh, I'm 110%, but I have the confidence now to believe that one day I'm going to get there, and it's not going to be as far as it was in the past, right? And I owe it to these patches, right? I owe it to LifeWave, because like I said, if I never met Julie, I would have never had the opportunity to learn about the different health possibilities that can come with these patches, right? And so I'm here today, being a living testimony as to how these patches work, how they worked for myself. I told my entire family about these patches. I'm telling all my friends. Honestly, being part of the Paralympics, I find this to be a great opportunity for not only just me, but also other Paralympic athletes that are dealing with different disabilities, physical disabilities. I used to be a coach at San Diego State College, coaching athletes with disabilities, their adaptive sports program. And I dealt with a lot of athletes with cerebral palsy. And I could only imagine how this could help individuals with cerebral palsy, right? Because it's a neurological disability. And this, in my opinion, I believe that, LifeWave is helping out that neurological makeup. And I'm not going to say it's going to take somebody with cerebral palsy and make them whatever, but I'm saying, like, as far as the pain that they may be going through day to day, muscle recovery, that's something that they could be using and find it very effective for their life experience. So, like I said, that's a little bit about my story. I am planning to wear these patches all the way through LA 28 and beyond. I want LifeWave to come along on this journey with me as I am trying. No, I'm not trying. I am doing something that has never been done before, and that is a Paralympian that is going to win the Olympic Games in his home city in LA 28 in the event that he loves most, being the high jump.
Wow.
That's IJP, and thank you, Miss Stacy, for giving me this time to talk.
Well, IJP, I want to just back up here for 1 second. Now, I don't know how old
Yes,
you are.
ma'am.
I definitely want you to tell us, but based on everything you just said you have accomplished from your championships and your medals and all the events you've done, and now you just talked about coaching and training others. We didn't even get into the speaking side of it yet. We'll get into that here in just a second. But
Yeah.
are you like 75 years old?
I feel like it. I feel like I've been here before, but no, I'm 32.
Wow. What you
Yes,
have
ma'am.
accomplished in such a short period of time is
Yes, ma'am.
nothing shy of absolutely phenomenal.
Thank
Congratulations
you.
on the life you've accomplished thus far. And I know obviously you're just getting started with your next set of goals and what you're wanting to do, but what you just rattled off there, like people would aspire to maybe hope to do one of those things or two or three in their whole lifetime. But you're a baby still in your 30s. You're not a baby, but you know what I'm saying? Like, congratulations, bud. That is
Yes, ma'am.
freaking amazing that you've already accomplished all of this. Now, I want you to talk to them a little bit because, you mentioned, I hope to be the spokesperson with LifeWave, and you and I have had conversations about this, and we know that people do share their stories through LifeWave all the time, of course. And I know that you have a background also as a speaker, as a motivational speaker, like you said, a coach, but also in the personal development sector as well too. So you were just talking about neurological benefits, and
Hmm.
that's your brain. And so we know when this brain is functioning correctly, this brain is able to grow and continue to grow and obviously contribute to others. So can you talk a little bit about that part of your life and how you feel like what you've
Yeah,
done so far and where you want to go with that too?
absolutely. Well, I'm a storyteller. I believe your own life experience is worth being told. Right? I've been through so much in my life, from not fully acknowledging my disability, hiding behind my athleticism, and then finally getting hit in the face and having to accept my disability, right? You guys look at me, you probably wouldn't have known that I only have 20% of my vision. And I currently can't see Miss Stacy's face right now. Literally, I don't know how beautiful she is. She sounds beautiful, but I can't see her. I'm sure she is. I live a life that is much different from your normal person. So understanding that my disability isn't something that's holding me back, but it's propelling me into my superpower. And my superpower is to help people understand how powerful they can be once they believe in themselves. You know, I preach that everyone has an opportunity to be great. They have to believe in that greatness that's within them. What you see isn't always what you get, right? You have to think your way. You have to feel your way through situations, and sometimes the eye doesn't see what the heart sees, right? You may have those feelings where things aren't right? You can't see, people can tell you certain things and feed you certain things that make you think that, oh, this is a great person. And they may show you certain things, but you may have that feeling deep down that something just isn't right. So I try to resonate that with my audience and allowing them to not only see through their eyes, but see through their other senses, right? 80% of our perception is through our eyes, the way that we see. I only have 20%. So I see the world entirely different from someone with 20/20 vision. And thus being that, let that be said, I have a different approach to a lot of things, and maybe I just like helping people, and I believe in the mission of LifeWave and inspiring people to be the best versions of themselves while also assisting them on that journey. And that's what IJP is all about, is just encouraging people to try to be the best versions of themselves. And it's as long as you try, you're doing more than the next person that isn't trying. So that's what I'm all about.
I love that. I love that so much. And I am right there rooting for you to be one of our speakers at conference this year. I think it would be fantastic to get Shaquille O'Neal on stage and let's have you jump over him. And then you can tell
Let's
us.
do it.
And then you can tell us all this that you just did and so much more about that. Believing in yourself and being able to accomplish that with 20% vision, to be able to jump that high, to be able to accomplish that. You know what I'm excited about? I want to see because you've just been on the patches a few months. I want to see where you're going to jump, how high you're going to jump when you've had a little bit more time under your belt. You've got 3 years before LA 2028. I want to see if you can get up there to
That's what I'm saying.
7.5, 7.6 or whatever, right? The sky's the limit.
Oh, now you're talking. Now you're talking. I like it.
Let's go back again for the people because we have people come in at all times of the Zoom. So you're using X39, X49, Eon, and Carnosine. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you use those daily?
Correct. Absolutely.
And are you using them daytime or some day, some night?
I'm doing all daytime because I was told that drinking water helps activate them even more. So I take them off right before I go to sleep, just because I'm not drinking water while I'm sleeping. So I usually put them on like early morning and take them off late evening.
Perfect. And that is true. Water will definitely 100% increase your body's ability to use this technology even more, because we do need to be hydrated. And you know that as an athlete, like if you're dehydrated, you're not going to perform. It's not going to happen. Absolutely. Right? And your body's going to crash after. You need that. And of course, I'm sure you use some type of electrolyte amino acid. We have our Cellergize coming out Monday. So I can't wait for that.
And what are those? I don't believe I've seen those before.
So Cellergize isn't actually a powder that you put into your water. And that has what we call precursors to the peptides that are activated in the patches you're using. So, for example, when you look at the X49, X49 elevates AHK. AHK, the A stands for alanine. So a lot of people don't have a good amount of beta alanine in their body, especially if they're not consuming, some type of animal product. So having beta alanine in there is a precursor. We know that, and you're going to love this, we actually can elevate nitric oxide.
Oh, that's great for muscle recovery.
Yeah, it's great for muscle
recovery. That means I don't have to eat beets anymore. And circulation.
Right? You're exactly right. Oh my God, I used to consume so much beet powder for the nitric oxide benefit before I go into the gym. And it's like, to help your circulation and be able to run and do all the things and recover faster. Yeah, that beet powder, we can just fix that now. This has a really great flavor. I know, but nitric oxide has huge benefits cardiovascularly, right? That is just so important in helping your body to be able to elevate these specific this has amino acids and electrolytes in it, so giving your body the things that it needs. It also has something in it called sea buckthorn, which is responsible for a lot of these ingredients but this is really responsible for stem cell activity and mobility and helping those stem cells to function optimally in your body. And stem cells are the holy grail of healing, right? They help your body to repair, to regenerate, to recover from whatever is going on. And not that you have anything organ-wise or, cell or tissue-wise. I'm not saying that. Some people do. And stem cells will go to work to repair those damaged organs or cells or tissues. But when we look at athletes performing at their tip-top shape, recovering at the speed of light if there is anything, right? So I mean, you've seen that yourself in just a few months you've been patching. It's like, whoa, like something's changing inside of my body. And you're young, so you still have about half your stem cells. But the older you get, they become dormant. So using this technology, they're not going to become dormant.
Mm.
Yeah. So that means your body's always going to recover like this, repair like this, right? My son's 20. He works out every single day. He says his rest day is the 23 hours he's not in the gym. The body repairs like this. He's using the, 49 carnosine or his big primary, and he'll use the 39 eon as well as sometimes glutathione, energy enhancer, depending on what he's doing. But that Celergize is a pre-workout or something you can drink anytime you want in the morning. And then that's going to help you to enhance even more so the benefits of your water and of your patches.
I need to get that. I need to get that ASAP because
Monday.
that just sounds amazing.
It is. It tastes amazing.
And just like having them work together in conjunction of each other.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got just a couple minutes left. So just for anybody that's a guest tonight, if you're watching this, this is the patch that IJP is talking about. He has on 4 patches right now. You can wear multiple patches at the same time. He is wearing X39, 49, Eon, and Carnosine. They all do something different. They each elevate a completely different peptide in the body. And so 39 is the one that elevates GHK peptide. That is the fountain of youth that activates the stem cells. And then, of course, X49 elevates AHK. There's your muscle, your recovery, your circulation, your oxygenation. Absolutely. And then, of course, he's using Eon to help his nervous system stay in balance. And he's helping to keep any inflammatory processes in his body at a normal level. So helping to reduce inflammation, which we know happens when there's an injury or when you're, exerting yourself. That happens a lot with athletes. And then carnosine is the patch that he's using that has massive benefits for the muscles, of course, organs, tissue repair, regeneration, like this. And of course, we see cardiovascular and neurological benefits too. And I love how you mentioned that earlier. You want to help other people with other disabilities because knowing that these patches benefit neurologically, they benefit cardiovascularly, they benefit all the cells and tissues and organs in your entire body. You want to help people just like we do that are serious about improving their quality of life. And this is a way to do it that's non-invasive. This is a wearable light technology. Nothing's entering your body, no medicine, no chemical, no contraindications. It's safe, it's accessible. We saw it on the back of your neck. It's easy to apply yourself. Take it off after 12 hours. So as we wrap up here, IJP, I would love for you in the next couple minutes, share anything that's on your heart, on your mind with our audience here that are definitely going to want to be following your journey and where you're at next with LifeWave and in your championships and your gold medals.
Absolutely. Well, if you guys want to keep up with me, my Instagram is IJP _ IAM the number 1. You can also find me on Facebook, which is Issac Jean Paul. Easy accessible. I'm like, if you have any questions, you want to follow my journey, I'm rambling. 28. I'm also creating a film in dedication to my journey as a athlete with a disability. The film is titled Wings, and it tells a story about a young eagle that has a visual impairment that wasn't ever taught how to fly due to his visual impairment. Nobody gave him a chance. And now he has dreams to becoming a legendary flyer during the Flyer Showcase. It's a very special hero's journey. Of course, it's my own personal journey as being someone with a visual impairment and being doubted. And it's been therapy writing this story. And I say all of that just to say that each and every single one of you have your own story, and it means something. And I encourage you all to continue to believe in your own story and share your story, because you never know, the next person that you're sitting by or come in contact may be a person that could resonate and relate to you. And that's what life is all about, is sharing life experiences and being relatable. And I thank you for this time, Miss Stacy, Dr. Stacy. Thank you, Julie, for the gracious introduction. And all of you, you know who I am, IJP. You're not my friend, so I hope I continue to be part of LifeWave.
Absolutely. Thank you, IJP. I put your Instagram link
Yes,
in the
ma'am.
chat as well too, so everybody has the ability to find you on
Awesome.
Instagram and follow your journey. Thank you for taking the time tonight to be here to pour into our LifeWave community. I'm so excited that you were a part of this, and everyone, there were over 300 people on tonight watching live. We usually have 2 to 3,000 that catch that replay in the first couple days. So I know that your
Mm,
impact is going to be great just with this Zoom alone, and the things you have coming in LifeWave as well will make a massive impact. So thank you for your time, and we're cheering you on in your journey and can't wait to
ma'am.
see the successes you have coming. Thank you. Everyone
Yes, ma'am.
have a
Thank
fantastic
you.
evening.